Your love is what is keeping me awake. A new beginning. It won't hold up to the end. And I promise you will never be the same. You're my victim. You're my reason to live. You're my you make up my story. You're my reality. You're my obsession. You know my weakness and all the pain I've caused to you. And you love me even though I am a fool. You see my darkness, but I seek forgiveness when I come to you. I can't promise I won't break the rules. You're my victim. You're my reason to live. You're my obsession. You make up my story. You're my reality. You're my obsession. You're my victim. You're my reason to live. You're my obsession. You make up my story. You're my reality. You're my obsession. You're my victim. You're my victim. You're my victim. You're my obsession. You make up my story. You're my reality. You're my obsession. I can't believe it. I have fallen once again. And your love is what is keeping me awake. A new beginning. It won't hold up to the end. And I promise you will never be the same. You're my victim. You're my reason to live. You're my obsession. You make up my story. You're my reality. You're my obsession.
So everyone, welcome back. It's been a while, and yeah, Nationals, back from Nationals and a 1 week break. So Glad to see you all again, and sorry for the lateness of the stream today. Usually start at 12, but I rearranged my gym a little bit with the camera set up and everything, so I just wanted to make sure that everything was back in order. Also, all my equipment was moved to the Nationals because I was asked to do the live stream for the Nationals, as I had probably mentioned in one of my streams prior. And hopefully the sound is okay because my microphone's over that way, so can't see the levels. Yeah, looks like it's doing fine. Sorry about that. So yeah, the Nationals was basically awesome. That was very fun, very stressful, very, how can I say that? It was an experience of a lifetime, basically. The stream went well. I mean, I've set that up so that it can run on its own, but you know, I still had to keep an eye on it, making sure that there were no bugs. And all in all, it was pretty great. It was a long day. There was like over 70 lifters. I think it was 75 lifters total for full power, so push, pull, and squat as well, so full. And yeah, it went beyond my expectations for me, and also for my girlfriend Natalie, who competed as well. She had a little bit of a hiccup with the bench press, but for her deadlift, she broke her personal record. She broke the national record. For the squat also, she set the national record. For her weight class and age class. And myself, I set all 3 records as well for the bench, the squat, and the deadlift. But the records were a little low, and I broke all of those records on my openers, basically. But I know I said that I wouldn't be going on platform and try and break my PRs on platform, but yeah, I guess I couldn't leave it at that. And I broke my personal record with the squat, not by much, but by 3 pounds. So it's still a PR. I mean, for a single. And I got also a PR on platform for my deadlift, where I pulled 435 pounds, and I think it was 197.5 kilos for my 3rd attempt, as I chose my optimistic target after my 2 first pulls. And after that, because I've set the national record on a 3rd attempt, I was allowed a 4th attempt to further the record. And so I said, hey, what the hell, I'll just put 200 kilos on the bar, and you know, at least I'll have tried a 200 kilo lift. And yeah, I pulled it. I was not expecting that, but still fun to reach a milestone. 200 kilos on the bar, also a personal record, and the new national record for the deadlift. Other than that, today, hey, how's it going, challenge fighter? Sorry, the monitor's on the left now. I'm doing fine. As I'm saying, I was talking about the nationals I participated in 2 weeks ago. How are you, and where are you from? So yeah, anyways, we're gonna, today, I started my new programming, and today is just gonna be a chill day, trying to find, because there's some new exercises I want to try, and it's gonna be chill because it's new exercises. Gonna try and find my starting weight and also my rack heights for some of this stuff. But we'll discuss a little bit more my programming after. We're gonna switch back to the PC and take a look a little bit at some of the footage from the nationals. And my remote here, we'll just put it on. There we go. to the front desk. I'm also getting my pre-workout in. So let's see here. So, I guess, yeah, all right. Let's go to videos. So those are all my pulls. I'm not gonna really, not sure if I should, yeah.
100 kilos for 220.5 pounds for Sebastian Gagnon.
Yeah, that's a bench.
This is a record attempt on his opener.
Alright, so squat. All my squats are here. Alright, cool. I'm gonna turn the volume down on this a little bit. So it was my first time using a monolift, and I must say that it's great. I mean, you don't have to back out the rack, which saves a lot of energy. The only downside is you have to set your feet prior to lifting the weight, because otherwise then you have to jiggle a little bit. But it was fun. Again, my opener was a national record, so it's not even playing on the thing. Alright, oh no, it was frozen. And so I was going on for my second attempt and my third. I didn't go for a fourth on this one because that was pretty much RPE 10, top level RPE 10. I don't think I would have been able to lift any more than that, so I just want to conserve my energy for the rest. That was pretty much maximum effort right there, and it was still a PR for me by 3 pounds. My conservative target was 160, which would have been like a little short of 350 pounds. But yeah, I decided to go with my optimistic one, which was 358. When you convert pounds to kilos, especially when you train from pounds and then you have to convert to kilos, there's some choices to be made. They never line up really properly, right? So that was squats. For bench, that went well as well. I was in a cut before to make the weight class. So I didn't, like in training, my PR was 250, and I said that maybe months ago, but in competition, my last record was 226, I think. But now I was just trying the same weights again from last competition, because I did lose in training after my cut just before going into the competition. I was barely able to bring up 245, so I did lose a little bit of strength there due to the cut. But in competition, my third attempt was 237, I think. Well, it was. Anyways, that's my opener. First attempt was 105. Second attempt was 110 kilos. That was 248 pounds. No, 242 pounds, I think. 2.55 kilos is about 10 pounds. Sorry. So this is about 237 pounds, which was my third attempt. We were still breaking my record from previous meet. And see how that was a little bit of a struggle, but since it was a national record, I was able to get the fourth attempt in, and try close to my maximum push, which was 250 in training. So 112.5 is about 248 pounds. And I managed to push that as well, so I'm pretty glad, because I was able to push pretty much close to my personal record. I didn't break my personal record, I didn't PR on platform, but I was able to match pretty close to it. That went, I think that went better than the third one, actually, if I'm looking at it again. There was less hesitation. Let's see here. Alright, so let's see here. That's oh yeah, well, it was slow. It was slow, but I was. Let's see here. Yeah, this one was a little bit staggered, right? I was like, I paused at some point, go back up, and then pause again, and then go back up. So 2 pauses in the lift was close to a red light. But anyways, that's for bench. Went well, I think. And for the deadlift. Basically, deadlift is my strongest lift, so I was going there in hopes of doing a third attempt at 430 pounds. Yeah, okay, so that was my target for the third attempt, and I decided to go with 435 instead, as I felt my 2 first lifts went very good. Sorry, I forwarded a little bit too much. So this is the opener. Goes pretty fast, like pretty easy. Second pull, a little bit slower again, like a second pull should be, but there we go. Pretty good. And the third, that was 197.5 personal record, 435 pounds, 434.4 apparently. At this point, that felt heavy, but it still went smoothly. Red and white lights, and the 200 kilo pull for the fourth attempt. Like I didn't even think I would be able to break the floor with this in the first place, and I broke the floor. And at that point, I was like, well, people are cheering, and as long as the bar doesn't go down, I mean, I'm just gonna hold it there for as long as I can, and then eventually I pulled it, and it's just so weird. I mean, fourth attempts are like a free attempt anyways, so I'm like, well, whatever, I'm not losing anything. I've already broken the record. And that was for the Nationals. I mean, Natalie did great too. But I ended up winning the event for my weight category. My division and weight class. I came up first. And also later on in the mail, I received an email inviting me to Worlds. I was invited to join the Canadian team to go to the AWPC World Championships that will be held in Manchester in UK. That's going to be September 4th and 12th. 4th to 12th, I think, yeah. And it's I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. The thing is, though, it's very short notice. I have to get my passport done, and then it's gonna be troublesome. But also, all the expenses are not paid by the federation at all, so it's on my own expense. And I haven't planned for that expense. So basically, I do not have the funds to do this. So what I did is I'm trying to find some extra work. So if people need personal coaching here in the region where I'm at, I mean, I'd be glad to help you out for maybe half the price of a normal coach. I don't have my certifications yet, but I'd be glad to take in a few more clients. Also, I've started a fundraiser. If I can find that link here. I started a GoFundMe. If you guys want to help me out, I'll give you the link here in the chat. Here, I'll share this. So you can, I don't know, if you feel like, helping me out, go there, whatever. I'll appreciate it, that's for sure. Send me any form review videos and I'll do them. I mean, I can help you out. But that's pretty much it for that. But now, this is coming in September. If I want to go there, I've set up my entire training plan around that, and I'm starting the Macrocycle 3, and my bench is my weakest lift, basically. 250 pounds for my weight category is, I'll just say, I classify that as intermediate. While on my squat and deadlift are pretty much, I'd say, advanced. If I compare that to body weight, basically, it's weight lifted versus body weight. That's how I'll make my assessments. My bench is not optimal right now. And it's not progressing as fast as I wanted it to be. I had 2 days of bench in my previous programming, so 4 compounds per week at 4 sets each. That was about 16 sets of bench per week, and that didn't make it progress all that much. It did progress, but not that good. I think I've gained maybe 25 pounds in the last 9 months. Yeah, I'd say 9 months. 25 pounds on bench in 9 months. I'm gonna try and get this up a little bit faster, I guess. So what I did is, since I'm training 6 days a week, and I had a dedicated shoulder day on Wednesdays, like you can see on the Macrocycle 2 here, with Arnold presses and seated presses, I've decided to trade that for an extra bench with some shoulder accessories instead, and some bench variations. So you'll see that on Monday here I have a regular bench with incline as second, but on Wednesday I put in some reverse grip, which is basically works the upper pec the same as incline, but I prefer it to incline. It feels a little bit more comfortable and less stressful on my shoulders, and I feel a better contraction of the upper pec with the reverse grip bench press, but I still have both of them anyways in the same week, so I'm still getting a lot of shoulder work on the front delts on the incline one. That's why, I mean, dropping the dedicated shoulder presses shouldn't hurt as much. Like, I have some accessories for side raises and stuff. But anyway, some dumbbell work to try and mitigate as much possible in muscle imbalances. And then on a Friday push, I have regular bench, which I wanted to do maybe convert this to different range of motion bench, basically using boards to start pushing a different the different range in my range of the different heights in my range of motion, try and overcome some of the weaknesses. But I figured that I can't be using boards like everyone else seems to be, because I have my what do you call that, my xiphoid process, the little bone here, my chest sticks out beyond my ribs, so when a board or weights get put in this, it hurts and it's uncomfortable. So putting a board there with the bar that knocks on it is just gonna it doesn't feel comfortable at all. So I decided to just do a regular bench day again on that one, and then some close grip to get some tricep work. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So the rest of the program is pretty much the same. I've kept the barbell deadlift and pause deadlift. These are working very well for me, so I don't want to change what's working. But instead of the T-bar row, I'm going to be using seated cable row just to get my back to relax a little bit, because I'm doing rack pulls on Saturdays anyway, so I'm getting some more back work there. I'm doing some reverse grip lat pull down. So I need to work my lats a little bit more. They're basically, whenever I get fatigued, it's my lats that let go first, not my back, not my legs, not my hips, and it's really the bar swings away from my shins, so I need extra lat work for this. Now legs. I want to improve my squat and get it closer to my deadlift, basically, because there's a huge difference between my squat and deadlift. I can deadlift 440 pounds according to the last competition, but I can squat only 360. So there's an 80 pounds difference, and normally squat and deadlift should be pretty close to the same. But yeah, like the same with sumo. Why I'm having a hard time with sumo is my quads are weak. They're really weak, and I need to engage them a little bit more. I don't have a leg press to isolate the quads, and I don't feel like going to the gym anymore. It's too much trouble to go there to get access to a leg press. So what I did is I kept barbell back squat as my main, and my second compound I've put in front squats because the quads are recruited a little bit, well, way more on the front squats than they are on the back squat. And by improving my front squat, I will definitely have some carryover to the back squat, where I'm too much hip dominant. Basically, I get stuck into my hips are shooting up before I can raise my back, and that's because my hips dominate more than my legs can bring me up leveled, right? So I want more engagement of my quads. And I did this week, and my legs are still sore this week. This Saturday. So it's going to be pretty interesting today because I've set some barbell pin squat where I'm going to start at the bottom position and try and push the weight up. So basically moving dead weight without momentum. And I'm going to be trying also deficit deadlifts. So I've got some bumper plates I can probably just lay on the platform there and just do maybe a 2-inch deficit deadlift. I've never tried those before, but I think it's going to be a nice thing to try and improve my deadlift. I'm taking out sumos for now. I just want to improve I want to focus on improving my conventional deadlift for the Worlds. The world record right now for my weight class is 225 kilos, and it's 200 kilos. Like, I'm not saying that I want to break the record, but I'm definitely targeting this. I mean, getting 215 up will definitely be like something retardedly insane for me, but yeah, I mean, if I have a shot at getting to 25, definitely gonna focus on that. And then I've got the good mornings and the rack pulls, because the rack pulls, I love them. They wreck barbells, but I found a solution. My barbell is already wrecked anyways, but still, I found a solution to help mitigate the barbell wrecking. But rack pulls are definitely a game changer, and I probably attribute my deadlift increase of like 20 pounds over the course of 2 months just because of that. Getting to your back to brace properly at the rack pull height has helped me reach my mind muscle connection with my psoas muscle, which helps keep my spine in extension combined with my erectors. So I can contract my hamstring without losing pelvis positioning since I've been doing these, and that helped me off the floor like immensely. So I'm keeping them there. Rack pulls for me was a game changer. So that's pretty much my programming for today. For Saturday, that's gonna attempt this. We're gonna move on to the gym now. Gotta finish my pre-workout and try these new exercises and wreck the gym. Let's go to Microcycle 3. Let's see. Oh yeah, and for the programming, so this is my periodization plan. So Microcycle 3, right? I'm starting this week with 70%, but in a 10 rep range. So anyways, and it's undulating intensity, but it's always going up in intensity, where my strength week I will match this with my competition date. So it's my taper basically. In strength week I'll keep the main compounds, remove the accessories, and just pull singles and test my 1 rep maxes the week right before competition. And now if I see here, I've started this week my programming starts like the 27th of June, and the competition for Worlds is September 4th, and my strength week is going to be October 3rd. So I need to shift some of this periodization so that my strength week matches my competition date. And how I plan on doing this is basically the first mesocycle, which keeps me basically in the hypertrophy range. I'll keep this for hypertrophy, but I will probably skip this whole mesocycle 10 here, which basically just backs down and keeps me a little bit longer in the hypertrophy range, and just start moving on to strength and use the full 2 cycles for strength and with just 1 cycle hypertrophy. That's I'm pretty certain that just cutting 4 weeks of my training in, it's basically the transition between hypertrophy to strength, but this is definitely keeping me from strength and up. That's my plan anyways. So this would be periodization plan. So removing 3 weeks from October, what did I say? It was going to be October 3rd. So if we move on to October 3rd, that's a Monday. That starts my strength week. So I would have to be, my competition would need to be October 8th. So if you backtrack 4 weeks from there, so first, that's 1. And then 24th, that's 2, 3, 4. 4 weeks still not enough. I need to cut 1 week more. I need to be done my strength week on the 3rd. Yeah. I'll figure something out. I mean, it's interesting. I can't cut a deload, but this is a lot of volume. I really need the deload here. What we could do is probably cut, I don't know. I'll think about it. We'll figure it out. We can probably, I know what I can do. Okay, so here at the end of this cycle, just before deload, where I'm in the 2 rep range, I'm just gonna cut the 4, going back to the 4 rep range, and then go straight back into the 2 rep range, then AMRAP with the strength week. That's what I'm gonna do. I figured it out. So after deload, go back to the same weight that I was before, and keep bringing intensity up, basically. So yeah, all right, we got it. So now let's move to the gym, and I should start working out, right? Freaking caffeine's starting to kick in anyway. Alright. Gonna move the camera to the gym. Alright, so you guys still got the music playing? Perfect. Gotta move the mic over that way so you guys can hear me better. I don't know. Now I would like to have music. Cool. All right, so this is my my solution to wrecking barbells with the rack pulls on the safeties. So basically got a 7/8 piping, like rubber, and cut a slice open and just wrap the safeties on with it. I don't know how long they are going to last, but at $4, I mean, you can't go wrong with this, right? So now if we need to, I'm gonna do a little bit of warm up. There. I don't know if I can put some gym music and you guys will still hear the music. So this is gonna be squat, so I need my knee sleeves for this. So yeah, I got a brand new desk for my gym. You guys can't see it, but it's better to get clients so I can have little meetings with clients and fill out some forms and questionnaires and ask them a question about their goals and stuff. I'm about 3/4 done with my ISSA certification training. So I expect to be done in about 2-3 weeks from now and officially get my certification. Knee sleeves before shoes. Always. No matter how you try to put these on with shoes, it's never gonna happen. And my leg day this Thursday was absolutely destroyed my legs. I haven't felt sore like this since I first started training. But I was really glad to feel my quads sore with squats because I've never before got sore with my quads. I got sore with back a little bit, but I always wondered where my freaking quads doing leg presses, not leg presses, but the squats. I could never feel them, but now I did, and for the first time too, I reached muscle failure on the quads during my third set of front squats, where I was like able to stabilize the weight. It didn't tip over, it didn't tip back, but on the way up, my rectus femoris here, it just said no more. And I was just like, it just let go, but the bar obviously fell on the safeties. But it wasn't my back that tipped. It was just quads are done. Bastards started working. They're like, no. Freaking skinny legs. So for the barbell squat or pin squats, what the goal is we're gonna set the safeties to the point where when I back squat, I'm just above parallel, because that's where my hips shoots up. Because when I reach parallel and I start going up, losing my back bracing and the hips shooting up, it's from there that from that point that I want to get my quads to shoot myself up and maintain my back position or back bracing. That's what we're gonna attempt anyways. And today we're just gonna do it chill because I need to figure out my waist, the height, and I'm still sore from Thursday, so I only had 48 hours since my leg day. We don't wanna, oh yeah, that's a little stiff. So let's see here. Need the bench out of there. Yeah, and I need to test the height of the squat rack. And for that, I'm gonna move this over here, move that over there. Like so. So squat is over there, so I'm figuring about the range of one above incline probably. Let's try this. Like that. Now what we're gonna need is the side camera. Where's the cage camera vertical? Alright, I don't have my bar load app, but let's try it. If I put my phone as a secondary camera, Droid Can OBS, does this connect? No, it doesn't. Alright. What does this one do? There it is. Alright. So you guys probably see here my new desk. Ooh. Pretty spiffy. And my new camera setup. Set it up on a gimbal basically. Alright. I need the tripod. Where is that now? Apparently, I've lost this thing. This is getting problematic. You know what? Screw this. We're gonna take the tripod. Bench away from here. All right. like this. And hopefully it's going to be large enough for the phone. Ah, there we go. So let's bring it up to the right safety height. So when both CTs are aligned, that means we're at safety height. It's just barely, there we go. Hey. Alright, so while I wait, I'll know if I'm at the right height. Here, this should be good. All right. I'm gonna have to adjust my windows because it's blocking the front view now. That's like super low. That looks like the right height. Maybe a little low. How about I record this and look at it after? Well. Should be good. We'll I'll watch the live stream later, but it looks like it's at the right height. Alright, so we'll start at the top of the range and then move down and lay them on the pin and then push from there. Now, I need some water, and we don't need that camera anymore. That's pretty good at what we needed to do. There we go. This, and we're gonna move back to our main scene so you guys can have music too. There we go. Alright, I'm just gonna pause this for a quick second. I need to go to the washroom and I'll be right back and start the workout. Where's this? Be right back. Alright, back. Woo! Got some water as well. So now we're ready to load the bar. Well, a little bit of dynamic stretching first, I guess. Just get some shoulder mobility in. Good. A little bit of dynamic switching with my hips. Alright, so I'm gonna start the fan starting to get hot here. You might hear a buzz. is the fan. Thanks, man. I like after hours. Oh, just warming up a little bit the shoulders for the squat, because getting the shoulder mobility to do a low bar squat. Need to stretch the pecs and my lats. Track, release, stretch, go, stretch, track, 5 seconds, release, keep it 10, alright, stretch. We're not working out the chest today, so static stretches for the pecs is fine. We're not getting the pecs injured in squats. But it does help the shoulder mobility. Get a greater range of motion in the shoulder for the back squat. Alright. So, first time I do pin squat, so we're gonna put some lower weight. I have to be in the 10 rep range, so I'm going to be putting in 225 to start, but I still need to warm up. Just going to do a few air squats here. So we're not doing too bad. Most of the soreness from Thursdays, manageable. All right. This is where I train. This is my home gym. I don't train at the gym. This is where I train myself. I just set up my stream camera so that I can see most of the gym. This is also where I coach some of my clients. And some of my friends as well. It's basically my basement, which I turned into a home gym 2 years ago. Did a few changes, but pretty effective. Don't have to wait for the machines to free up and lose your warm up. All right, let's just do a few squats with the bar as a warm up. For the warm up, I think I'll remove the pins because I'm going to be going lower than this. All right, let's warm up those legs. First set of warm up done. Well, thank you. I mean, if you have a little bit of space, I mean, a cage, like the platform here is not really necessary. I mean, you can do deadlifts in the cage, so you can do a similar setup with a little less room. This is as long as you have enough room for the cage and some of the free weights. I mean, it should be good. Getting the heart rate up. Alright, so moving on to warm up of 135. There we go. So yeah, for the main working sets, I'm thinking of 101 million. Holy crap. I'm guessing this is not US dollars though. Oh, California. $1 million per house? That's insane, man. I bought my house 175,000. 175,000 Canadian, so that's probably like 100 grand, 125 grand for in the US. You gotta move to Canada, man. But we don't have the sun and the beaches and the hotties that you guys have. But, contrary to popular belief, we don't live in igloos, as you can see. Alright, second set of warm-up. Gotta start my workout app right now. Workout. And this is a push leg day, pull and leg day. And start with a barbell squat warm-up. 45, I think I did like 18 reps. I'm gonna move up to 135. Second set warm up. 135 done. No igloos. That's way up north. I used to make them as a kid though when they're infant. I just could never figure out the top part and how it's not falling off. Thanks. I worked to death a while ago, and been hitting death pretty consistently for the past year or so now. So I don't need to film myself anymore for the sides, because I have a pretty good proprioception for when I hit death. But I do have some imbalances now that why I'm filling from the front. Normally when I want to fix those, because I'm leaning a little bit more that way, and my left side, my right side is stronger because I'm right-handed, so my erectors, my whole right side is stronger and pushes more in my right side, so I'm kind of a little bit caught into a left forward lean. It's just annoying, so I've been trying to correct that now. But the major thing I'm trying to fix is the quad drive rather than the hip drive, because I got the hip drive, but the quad's just lazy. Alright, so 185 for third warm-up should be good. We're moving on to 225 for main sets. Did I put in? No, I didn't. 135. I did 12. Yeah, I hear you, man. But I mean, for the squats, the whole majority of people is hitting death is their main problem. Like our little group here that that I have in my, like a friendly, we're running a friendly leaderboard with my friends in my gym. So we have a lot of people that are pushing bench that are improving, and a lot of people that are improving a lot on the deadlift. But one recurring issue is squat. There's only about 3 lifters or 4 lifters out of maybe 8 that are able to hit death consistently. Yeah, it's squat is, I guess, the hard things, because because I'm a power lifter. I train as a power lifter, so hitting death is pretty important on all of my reps. But you know, getting people to reach death is the main issue most of the time. It takes a lot of mobility work. All right, third set of warm up, then we move on to spin squats. Oh, that's for the warm up. Too much gaming. Yeah, same with me, man. Well, my profession is programmer, so I sit all day coding. On top of that, I used to be a gamer as well, so after coding, I would sit and game. So most of the day, I was sitting. So I had a little bit of a posterior pelvic tilt to fix. That's fixed now. So I got a better spinal lumbar extension now, which helped my deadlift a lot, and now is improving on the squat as well for the back bracing. All right, so third warm-up's done. 185 for, I did 8. Pin squats. So I've never done pin squats personally. I had set this to 13, which I think is at the bottom of my squat. And the barbell guards, homemade, because we're gonna have to lay the bar down on those. My barbell is pretty much wrecked already, but I want to see if this works so I can recommend it to other people before they wreck their barbell. All right. So we wanted to go to 225 for starting set of 10 of pin squats. So just move this here and put another 45 for a maximum load of 225. So the goal is to unrack it, lay it on the safety pins, reset your position, and then start pushing from there on the dead weight, just like the deadlift with the squats basically. So start engaging at the body position. That here, that's that. 225. That's it. And then we're going to bring in the knee rep. Alright. And we are going to put the belt for this. Where did I put that? Nice to meet you too, man. I gotta go back to workout, but have a great workout. I'll be lurking. Cool, thanks. Have a good workout too, man. Have a good weekend. See you around. All right, let's try this first set of pin squats.
wonder if I can record this and watch later. Oh, well, it's nice so far. I haven't had any drops. I had a few missed frames from rendering. All right. See you then. Alright, let's record this so I can watch it. Start recording. This is a lot tougher than I thought it would be. I was able to do only 6 at 25. So this really goes to show how much the stretch reflex at the bottom helps on the normal squat, because on the pin squat I could barely do 6 at 225, while on Thursday I did 4 sets of 10 at 250 of regular squats and not pin squats. It's just that I have to re-brace at the bottom and start from a dead position. It's, yeah, it's tough, man. All right, we can stop recording this. But on the last rep, I really felt like my hips wanted to take over and lean forward. Let's log this set and we'll watch the replay of this working set. We did 225 per 6, so obviously if I want to get in the 10 rep range, I'm gonna have to drop weight. So, yeah, congratulations, of course. It's a PR. It's the first time I do this exercise. Alright, let's go check the replay and see how well I'm doing. Browsing. So here we have my training and the video that should be right here. Alright, let's review my clean squats. Huh. Okay. Looks pretty good, and I'm assuming the last rep will be horrible. And you see how much my hips are trying to shoot up? So my knees are rocking backwards. And I'm fighting against the good morning position again, especially on the last rep. So let's look and compare the first rep to the others. So in terms of depth, so this is at depth, like probably it's right on parallel. So we're good to start from there. And that first rep looked pretty decent. Second rep too. I have to keep my knees forward as I'm pushing forward and out. Forward. That last rep was a struggle. Alright, so we just learned that we need to drop the weight, friends. Ego out the door. Let's work it the way it should be. So, for this, back to the gym as my break is almost over. seconds. We're going to bring this down to 185 like I was warming up to earlier. And work our way up from there. So what I'm going to do now is, instead of losing my bracing, I'm going to keep my bracing at the bottom and hold my breath for maybe 1 or 2 seconds as I make sure there's no more momentum on the bar and start pushing. Take the breather at the top, like it should be. All right, second set. We'll try without the wristbands. Okay. Second set, 185. I was able to do 10. I think I had better control at the bottom by keeping my bracing, but increases your cardio work a lot. So it's essentially I guess you can call those paused squats. Basically that's what it is. The safeties just ensures that there's no momentum on the bar at all as you do your pause, and then you're completely motionless as you start pushing up. So I'd like to say I like those, but I hate them. But it has value for what I'm trying to do and improving my squat. Because at the bottom, as I'm starting to push, it feels like this is not going up. And then you make the focus and basically wait till your damn quads start firing it up, and they eventually do. But it really, really works getting out of the hole. Also, I'm not completely recovered from leg day from Thursday, so we'll keep those there. I think it has its value in the training right now. Oh, it's very humbling because I'm having a hard time doing 185 for 10 reps. Get a lot of those. Only 2 sets left. I'm gonna stay at 185. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to attempt breathing in at the bottom of the rep and brace from there. Go up and then bring it all the way down all right away, and then take a breather at the bottom, re-brace, and get back up. I'm going to attempt that next set. See if that works. See the difference between bracing at the top. After that, we have deficit deadlifts. Woo! Joy. And then I got good mornings and rack pulls. A lot of back today. All right, it's time for another set. I'm gonna put in the wrist straps again. My wrist is moving on the last one. I think that was 8. All right. Well, that's even harder. That's horrible. Jeez. But I love it. Rebracing at the bottom and pushing up, you can really control tension in your legs and in your back in order to maintain that barbell over midfoot. And I think that helps for when you do your squats and you drop. If you're out of position at the bottom, you'll be able to readjust and cue your body to just readjust this a slight shift without panicking. Because what happens is when you start moving a lot of weight, as you reach the bottom, you never think that you can bring it back up, and that's a huge mental barrier. But if you can push a weight and stabilize it before pushing it up from the pin squat, I think that's a skill that needs to be learned. Myself, first and foremost, as a powerlifter. So I think that's what I'm going to keep. I'm going to lay the barbell down on the pins, like I just did the last set. Expel, intake, inhale, brace, push it up, bring it down, exhale, inhale, brace, push it up, and then. So we'll start the breathing from the bottom and really do the pin squat and push it back up. That's the toughest I've ever felt doing. And then you have to get your mind into a setting that you have to imagine yourself on the leg press machine, right? Where your back is kept at a steady or fixed angle, and all you do is you push with your legs, right? So if you can get the barbell at the right position that your back bracing feels like your back is on a bench basically, and just focus on your legs to push up, it has a lot of value in the squat. And then you'll focus less on maintaining your back bracing because it'll come naturally. Those were my observations. Now we'll keep this in the cycle and see how it goes for training and how well it does improve my squat. There's my pen. Oh. So humbling 185, I did 2, so first set was 225. For 10, I think I did 6, yeah, 6. And then I did 185 for 10 with the breathing at the bottom and the top. And I did 185 for 8 with the breathing at the bottom. So I'm going to try and do 10 for the last set and see if that weight holds on. 185 for 8, 234.3. So 271 at max for the first, 247, 246 for the second, and then 234 for the third. So I'm going down 1 rep max, but if I can get 25 for 10, I should bring it back up to 246. I'm assuming
5 to 10, yeah, 246.6, exactly the same. Yeah, of course, it's being right now. So let's try and do 10 next set. And we are going to record the last set and see how well it goes. Back on up. I should talk to the camera, not the screen that I look at myself. After that, it's deficit deadlift. There that goes. After that, I think I'm going to have a nice beer at my girlfriend's bar. Where she's working right now. Well, she's working and I'm working out. So, there's that. Need more fluids. Since the camera's a little further, I'm going to tip it a little bit this way.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is going to put some gym music because it's getting pretty boring for me. So there might be two music playing. Hold on. We'll stop the actual VLC playlist and just put them on. There we go. This is going to be Winamp. There we go, some music. Alright, now let's go do pin squats again. Try from the bottom and do 10 reps. Nope, puppies. This is not good. Alright, let's go. Sound's not too loud here. So that's what happens is that you can't put music in the gym unless it's getting really loud on the microphone. So I'm gonna have to get some lavalier mics that's gonna be hooked on when I train, so it doesn't pick up too much of the music. Enough said, let's go do some pin squats. And I'm feeling my hip, my right hip is working a lot more than my left. So we're gonna have to try and compensate for that by making sure this remains tight while this one gets a little less of the weight. So good. Just one more. Done. All right. I forgot to record, but I'll watch the live stream later. But I've learned a lot from that last set. Let's log this because that was the last set, 25, and I managed to do 10. But the last one was intense. All right, definitely RP 9 plus, and I've moved some completion in my hands right now. So what happens is, as I get fatigued, when I'm lowering the weight, I'm leaning too far back instead of leaning forward. So when I sit the barbell on the pins, trying to get it up when it's too far back, I'm losing my balance trying to catch it, right? So I have to move it forward and push it with the legs. So this tells me two things: is forward lean is important, most specifically when you reach the bottom. And I'm not talking about a forward lean like 4, 5, 6 inches in front of you and losing your back bracing, but it's shifting the weight a little bit over your toes so that your knees are traveling a little bit further from your toes, because as I watch, I'm pretty certain in my last few reps, my knees were probably staying back. And anyways, we'll analyze this a little bit later, but I'm talking right now how I felt when I was performing these sets, these reps, sorry, from the last set. And I tried bracing at the top to lower it, then re-brace at the bottom to bring it up. And this seemed to help a lot cardio work, so I can focus on pushing without losing too much oxygen, basically, by keeping the brace for the full repetition. So turning this exercise as a concentric only movement where lowering the bar is just to reset it in place. We're not working, definitely not working eccentric anyways with 185 pounds. So yeah, so rebracing at the top just to lower it, and then rebrace at the bottom seems to help with the cardio. Was able to do 10, but I was reaching muscle failure rather than cardiovascular failure, which is a good thing. So I think I found my momentum for this exercise. Obviously it's the first time I try it, only 4 sets, so I'll keep learning from it, and I'll just keep it in the program and try it for an entire microcycle. So that's 16 weeks minus 5, which is 11 weeks before Worlds, and see how my squat increases. Also, I'm competing in classic raw, which means that you're allowed knee sleeves or knee wraps, and I've never used knee wraps, but I intend to. They seem to be able to, just like a weightlifting belt, to make you, enable you to lift more weight without compromising knee stability and quadricep tendon tearing or injuries, basically. So I'll keep training reps with the knee sleeves, but all of my singles I intend to do with knee wraps because I need to learn how to use them. They're allowed in competition. Where I competed in Classic Raw in the Nationals, I used my knee sleeves. I was still able to set national records, but if I can get an extra 10, 15 pounds on my squat just by using the equipment that I'm allowed to use in competition, then why not? I mean, I've never used them, I need to learn to use them, and that's what I intend to do. So, we're done with the pin squats, and we're going to be moving on to the deficit deadlifts. We have to set the whole gym barbell for that, but you can use the other barbell. But I got to lose the shoes. Let's move on. So 185 stones through. We did it, Tim. We did it. So bringing my
246.6 back up again.
and that's our starting point. We'll be improving from there. Now let's set the gym up for deficit deadlifts. I don't know how far my deficit needs to be. We'll try. And I don't know if it's keep me stable on it, because I only have one mat. Probably should have thought of that before, eh? So let's try with these. Should be good. Yeah, I think so. Do like this. Two of them. It's gonna be truck. This is just 1 inch. I wonder if let's try the bumpers. That's going to be a huge difference. Let's try the 45 ones. See how it feels. Keep the lower back straight. Lucky my logo here is pretty easy to set up things centered. Alright. This should be good for deficit deadlifts. The only problem with this is, I wonder if the jack was fitting between those. It does. It's like everything was measured up and it's planned. This whole thing was planned. So I have no clue how this will go. We'll warm up from 135 and we'll go up from there and how it feels. How do you guys say, eh? Sounds like a plan. So 135 to start. This is just warm-up weight. But it's deficit, so should be hard. Start with upper belt, but first of all, we are going to need to switch shoes with this. Switch shoes and socks. Because with a deficit deadlift, I'm supposed to bring this to my shins a lot more. And I need my deadlift socks. Getting there, guys, getting there. Please bear with me. more shoe. Just one more shoe. Alright, now what I want to do is record the first set because I want to make sure I still got my lumbar extension. Well, I'm gonna message from my girlfriend. She wants the Coach Seb recipes. Coach Seb recipes. Let's see here. Nutrition and recipes. Copy link. There we go. Done. We're good for the first set. So the deficit deadlift here I had planned 250, but after the pin squat experience, I'm pretty certain we're not going to get 250 in deficit deadlifts, especially probably not with a 2-inch, almost 3-inch. Yeah, that looks like 3-inch deficit, but we'll see. And we're going to watch the video, see if we can keep the lumbar spine into extension from the bottom all the way up to the lockout, and move up the weight from there. See if I can just get my remote control back up here and start recording. There we go. Well, we are live, we're recording. There we go. Let's try this. Man, that's slow. Okay, I'm gonna need to move these plates forward a little bit so I can get into the proper position. There. Wow, that's freaking low. Alright, let's keep the lumbar spine extended. Oh, hamstrings are tight. Now I'm getting into my friend Philip Chenier's problem, where I can't reach the bar without either. Alright. Let's see. These felt okay. I can definitely feel my lower back working to keep the lumbar spine extended. Now we'll watch the video and see if my proprioception is accurate with external cues, with external view. We'll watch this. Need more water. Let's go ahead and pause that music and which one is it? Browsing. There we go. So you guys can see what I'm looking at. Definitely not Spotify. Okay, so we got the video here. Need my glasses. And I'm gonna log my set so I don't lose track of my
So we did 135, which is normally 0 pounds for 10 reps. And rest station is a PR because I've never done this exercise before. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be needing the Cobra grips either for this. My hook grip is holding on very well. Anything sub 300. Alright, let's look at this. Last video is this one. We'll look at how my lumbar spine worked during this set. Sound. So this is a very big deficit, 3 inches. It's like the bar is just like 1 inch above my feet. Yeah, you can definitely see that my lumbar spine wants to flex, but I think it's still neutral right now. This near the top there, that's my erector, so it's not my spine. My lumbar spine looks okay, but my hips are shooting up very fast. And that second rep felt better, looked better. So let's take a look at this here for a second. Here's my drawing field. I don't have it. I don't have it. I only got probably on my OTC, I guess. Alright, so on the bottom position, I think my spine is, like before I start pulling the slack off the bar, you see my back is really horizontal here. And my spine is a little bit in flexion. But I don't. I mean, I think it's pretty much at the maximum that I can. Yeah. Looks good. I think we can keep it that way. We'll increase the weight to 185, see if I can beat 10 of those. That way we'll know.
Let's increase the weight.
185. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see Jim right now. Back to Jim. And we need to put some music too.
Upstairs?
Crushing all the records, I'm sure.
What's up, man?
Not much. How are you?
Not bad.
I didn't think you worked out on weekends. I thought you did.
I work out 6 days a week.
Oh, 6 days. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I got confused by.
I moved to 6 days a week, like at the beginning of January.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least 2 cycles before.
Okay, cool. I mean,
Yeah, I normally start my workout way earlier than this, but I reset my whole camera rig.
It's very fancy. Very,
It is.
very fancy down here. Oh, there's the camera. Hello, internet.
Well, the camera's right there, and then that's the display where I can see people attempting to chat with me when they are.
I'm waving at random internet people.
There's some dude that came in, was from California.
California. Cool.
Yeah, you can see the chat right there, and it's like
I do see the chat, yes.
nice setup. I wish I could do the same, because apparently houses are not below $1 million in California.
That sounds like Orleans.
Orleans? So these felt okay for deficit deadlifts. So I think I'm going to be able to increase the weight and put on the belt. I think I'll try 225 with the belt, see how that feels. And we'll start moving on from there. My friend Curtis is here.
Hiding from the camera.
I don't know how my security guys let that guy in, but he's here.
I hacked the system.
So, busy today?
What's that?
Roaming around today?
Yep, I went up, I was bored and I was like, alright, so where can I go? So I went up to 307 up to, just past to St. Clair de Wakefield.
Oh yeah?
And then followed 307 and then turned into Shenandoah Hall. Followed that to 300 to 309 down to Buckingham. And 50 back here. Yeah, the upper portion of the 307 was a lot of fun to ride.
So you came from Buckingham down here. Yeah, okay. St. Cloud we feel I lived there for a year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. There's a metal bridge, right?
Yes. Metal bridge with, well, the deck of it is concrete reinforced.
Yeah. The one at Wakefield is concrete, but the one at St. John we do. And there's a metal bridge. And when I was living there, as I was driving back home just before the bridge, the car in front of me just started doing rolls on the bridge. And I just like, it's the first time I like see an accident for my life. And I'm like, I stop and I'm like, am I supposed to do something now?
Get out and then try it.
I got so the car veered away, hit the curb, and then it's like, I'm like, this is happening live. What should I do? But anyways, I got out of the car, and the other car stops, and I was still like in shock of what was going on, and I'm like, I wasn't sure. The guy's like, what happened? Well, this happened. It rolls. Like, is there anybody inside? Obviously.
I would hope so. Runaway car.
And then we drive, we get there, and we had to open the car door. We get to know how heavy it is when you have to open it from the top, right? And yeah, so open it. But the girl, that was hysterical. Like, she was standing sideways across her car, but it's her dog that was there. And she's like, get the dog, my dog. So I was like, okay.
Clearly not thinking straight.
Yeah, get the dog out and get the person out, and we managed to tip the car over back on the 4 wheels and lift it and move it sideways so there's at least traffic can go. And then the cops came, and I was delegated to run traffic and go. Yeah, anyway, so it was.
That's one hell of an experience.
And my girlfriend and Thomas had an accident there with her car, just past the bridge.
Your girlfriend did.
Now that time Susan wasn't my girlfriend.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was there.
Oh, so this is an injury.
Oh yeah, I was there.
I thought this was the attacking when you were injured.
No, way before I met you.
Gotcha.
Just when we went in the basement on one of the cottage. I was on the roof. That was that. Moving on to 225, Scott. Alright.
Back to work you go.
Yeah, well, I rang, right? Don't want my lifter and my friends to think that I'm slacking off here.
No slacking. Slacking is the business.
Ooh, shit, gone. No, he's not recording. He's like. So, belt and 225. So, we need to jack this.
How much more do you go?
How much more to go? 3 sets.
3 seconds.
No, 2.
Hey, how's it feel? What the heck is that? Just to pump it up?
Just to jack it. Put the plates back on. I designed this myself. It was a bit of a design flaw at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because, you know, these things here, they weren't solid, they weren't welded. Right, so every time I was trying to lift, obviously the threading was, even if I put some Loctite, it wouldn't be able to jack 400 and something plus weight. It was just like, so I had it welded, and now it's working perfectly. For around, the weld cost me 25, and the materials cost me about 70. So let's say about under $100. But a jack like this costs like 300. So say 200.
Did say that.
I can't testify that this will jack 600 plus pounds, but for what I'm working on right now, it's good. Come on.
I just realized that one of the roads that I was wanting to take, that I didn't end up taking because it was gravelly. Was actually the road that I came out on one of the first rides I did with the group of people that I ride with.
Oh.
And yeah, we rode on the fucking gravel road. Or at least I was on the, so it was me, another guy on a sport bike, and a guy in a cruiser who basically had his cruiser for maybe a month at that time.
Yeah.
Couple months. And we're all sitting there at the gas station in Buckingham because we were ready to go and just making sure everything was there. And so we're all sitting there going, yeah, we'll be fine if we get lost, whatever. The only thing we're on problem with is gravel. And then I led us onto a gravel road for fucking 20 or 30 kilometers.
And yeah, gravel road is not ideal for bikes.
Not a sport bike. Sport bike with street tires, not ideal for sure.
But we survived,
Yeah,
obviously.
we survived. It was entertaining actually. But it was just a hilarious thing. Like we're sitting there going, ah, we'll be fine as long as we don't go on a gravel road. Yeah, we went on a gravel road. Oops.
So this is a new program I wrote because obviously after competition I had a deload, and this program is kicking my ass. I had a leg day Thursday and I'm still sore. And me, in my infinite wisdom, decided I wanted 2 leg days. Well, I wanted 2 pull
Okay.
and 2 leg days per week, but I just couldn't fit it, right? If I wanted to work 48 hours, rest period, recovery time, so I did a leg day, I did a pull day on Tuesday, and then I did a leg day on Thursday, and decided to combine both pull and legs on a Saturday, so at least get this good volume. But yeah, my leg day on Thursday has more volume than my leg day before. So I did 117 reps of squats. Yeah, 8 sets of 10. RP 9 plus is just like, I'd never felt my quads before. Now I did. And it was retarded. So today I still had a hard time sitting on the toilet. But after a warm up, the soreness went away, and now I'm training them again because I can. All right, so I said I'd get the belt on for this. Phil, this is for you, my friend. Oh, shit. I got some hamstrings. So how much gas do you use?
It's a little hard to say because the way that the gas indicator on my bike works is that when it's full, it shows full for a while, and then it tends to show a drive pretty quick. So I'm right now at 5 out of 6 bars. So I'm probably, I guess, 3/4 tank.
Quarter tank?
So I used a quarter tank.
The tank, but how much is it to fill it up?
It must be, my tank was maybe a third left when I filled it up. It cost me 15, 16 bucks.
16 bucks? To fill up from the quarter?
Yeah.
So, I can't do math right now. But
To fill my tank completely has cost me around 25 bucks or so.
25 bucks gas to fill it up. from nothing. And I'm assuming this is just my, it's not super. Is it?
Just like pictures of
I mean, who buys supers now? Everything?
I don't know, but it was really kind of crazy. I filled up. When I filled up 1 week before I left, the price of gas was $1.82. I got across the bridge and the price of gas was $2.09.
I'm so glad I don't have to look at this anymore. Ah, dude, it's just retarded.
30-cent difference across the bridge.
I know. And then people, you know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna buy a hybrid because, you know, I don't want to use as much gas, save on gas. It's like, all right. So, if you had bought a hybrid back when it was $1.30, and then you get an hybrid when, because the waiting list right now is going to make you wait a year before you're getting a freaking hybrid car, right? In a year from now, I expect the gas prices to be around $2.50, right? It keeps going up and it won't go down. So, at $2.50, your hybrid car economy for that fuel will be costing you monthly the same as if you had a fuel car back when it was $1.30. Because you're using half the fuel less, but the price doubled, so it's going to be turning out the same. So, just get it done, move on to electric and be done with it. As they cut the cord, I mean, let's go. I got my name out for the Bolt UV, so I've got like 14 months.
14 months.
14 months.
Actually, less time than I thought it would take, because I think the wait list for electric cars is just obscene.
Oh, it's obscene. And my car's value
Yeah.
is more than what's left to pay on it. Because the resale value of electric cars right now is too low. Everybody wants them. So this is like, I've got maybe 14,000 left on the car. When I'm going to trade it in, the guy says, like, when you trade in your car, I'm going to be able to give you more than what's left on the car. So you're probably going to make profit selling it.
That's what
I know. So I'm like, okay, sure, it's only a 100-kilometer car now, I don't care. He's like, oh.
take it.
I was ready to make a bubble for it. I mean, I, you know, put whatever's left on the loan, put it on the new one. In French, it's a bubble. I don't know if you guys used to say it. Like if there's something left on the loan, then you put it on the next loan for your car. Keeps bubbling up, right?
Yeah, that's probably the term we'll use.
Roll over, all right. So roll over. I was expecting that, but now with those earrings, I'm like, okay, well then I have nothing to be afraid of. And the only thing is the incentive now from the government is a little less than it used to be. There was 8,000 from Quebec and 5,000 from federal. Now it's only 7,000 from Quebec and 5,000 from federal, so it's only 12 instead of 13. But they are planning to gradually roll it out. So in a year from now, it's probably going to be 1,000 less. I don't know. But at least my name's on the list now. It was just to get the $500 deposit that was problematic with my paychecks and everything. And the donations are not coming in fast enough. But yeah, you've seen the live stream that I sent you? Did I send you a live stream? So at the Nationals, 1 week before the Nationals, like the organizers first asked me to do the live stream.
Okay.
1 week before. That's what I have to prepare. I'm like, okay. And it's basically the first time that that federation would actually do a live stream, so they have no prior experience.
So no prior experience, no infrastructure,
no infrastructure, nothing. So, alright, he asked me to do this, and he's not really savvy with internet stuff and streaming stuff, but I had told him that I had the equipment and I could run it, but he just let me know before. It was 1 week before. And I had 1 week to prepare, and I asked him, can you give me a copy of the software you're using at the head desk to, you know, manage the lifters and call them out and, you know, whatever you're projecting on the screen. Turns out it's an Excel spreadsheet running some VBA code in the background.
Oh, okay.
Because you can do all the sorting and everything. And they're doing that at their head desk. But I mean, I'm bringing my computer with the whole thing, but I need to interface with the head desk in order to get the feed on who's going on the platform, what weight they're going to be lifting and everything. But I needed to learn the software, so I got the software like 2 or 3 days later from the Federation's president. But I didn't wait that long because I had time to code the weekend before. So I went to the WPC website, the World Organization, not the Canada thing. They had a copy of that software I could download. It was just not set up for Canadian meat. It just had all the generic categories and stuff. But I mean, the principle and the workflow is basically the same. Right? So I used that as a copy, but then there's no API in Excel to connect from an external source and just like, you know, do some polls of data. So I had to code a module in VBA to dump the data into a JavaScript file that could be read from an HTML page. So the overlay that I did in broadcasting software is just this little web page with a transparent background. And it just reloads every second. So whatever's in the constant file from the JavaScript that gets dumped whenever there's changes in the Excel sheet, just gets to pull the data, and it works super well. So showing up it was just dumping the VBA code I made was just dumping the 3 lifters information. The one on the platform, the next 2 ones, and the current load on the bar. And then the HTML value, I just had to place those for these, and then refreshing it was just setting the values or whatever. And it worked well for, it needed to be attended. That was my goal, right? So just getting there, we had no infrastructure because it was in the garage for the internet or for networking the 2 computers together. So I had to bring my cable, RJ45 cable, Ethernet cable, ran like 100 feet of cabling for the 2 PCs. And I wasn't even sure if the internet connection would sustain a 3500 bit rate for 1080p 30 frames a second. And turns out we had a 6 megabit connection, which was like borderline. It was like, all right, we can do this, but there's absolutely nobody else that can use the internet connection. So it slows down the Wi-Fi, slows down everything else that isn't connected. But yeah. So I was more stressed about the live feed than I was for doing my list.
So it turned out well?
Yeah, it turned out well. We were very pleased with it. Everybody was like, I think I got contact information from 2 people that wanted to know how I set this up and to do some conferences in Toronto or whatever. And then even the president of the federation is like, well, the US and everything is really going to be interested in this. Like, do you mind if I share this with you? So, whatever, you know, cool. It was fun. It was a good experience to have. But yeah, the people, most of the lifters were like,
People were watching us?
and I had brought that TV in as a projector so that they could see whatever was being streamed on the internet. And their whole family, because this was a national event, so people out west were coming down, people from further east and everything were coming down, but their family couldn't come and support them, so that they had the live feed down. It was like at least, I think the maximum users connected at the same time was about 50 at some point. So it was good. So I didn't log my last set because I've been slacking off. But on the other hand, I did 185 for 10, yes. I'm actually 2 sets short. Let's skip some rest. That was 225 for 10. And this is my last set. After that, I'm just going to do, I got 2 more exercises, but I'm not gonna push today. I just want to test out 1 set of rack pulls using my brand new genius idea of protecting barbells. Alright. After that, are you having any plans for dinner? Because I was planning of maybe going to Natalie's Pirate Bar thing to have a beer and dinner, if you feel like it.
That is certainly a possibility.
Hey?
That is certainly a possibility.
If you're able to lift 135 pounds live on stream, you will win the chance to. So first experience with deficit deadlift is that like any other fucking exercise. In a 10 rep range, this is more like cardio than anything. So I think I can increase the weight. As I didn't feel like I was compromising any of my positioning. But next week's going to be 8 rep range. Should be a little bit less stressful on the cardio. And more on the muscle failure. And then we'll know. As for the rest of the training, we are approaching dinner time. And I will not have time to finish up the rest of my programming for today. But I've completed at least my 2 primary exercises and learned a lot off of the pin squat, which I'm very happy for. Deficit deadlift is a lot harder on the lower back, but that's what this exercise is all about. And I don't think that it's going to be a problem increasing the weight from this point. I just want to, I normally have barbell good mornings left and rack pulls left. Good mornings I can skip those, and I just want to try 1 set of rack pulls using the makeshift barbell saver that I've made with the 7/8 rubber pipes, and see how well it handles 365 pounds. And then we can go on with my plan of taking over the world that's selling pipes for double the price for people that have engines. 365.
That's about the weight of my bike.
Sorry, what?
That's about the weight of my bike.
265 pounds?
Yeah.
Well, since I lifted 440, I can lift the bike for a set of 10.
There you go.
Don't ask me to clean and jerk it though, because then you'll lose the bike. And probably your friend as well. Alright, so we're gonna set this gym for pin for rack pulls. So my genius idea is taking 7/8 rubber pipes and then you just slice it in the middle to make a sleeve and just put it on your pins so that it's not metal to metal contact, saving the knurling of your barbell. Mine is already shot, so I'm not in any hopes of recuperating that one. But I just like to have this idea as a suggestion for the people that might have this issue of not being able to do rack pulls because they're afraid of scrapping or wrecking their barbells. Can't figure out what was my rack pull height before. So, I think it's 6. Well, ask Jeeves. 9 Jeeves? What's the reckoning? That's 6. And the barbell savers. This looks promising. You can get this at Home Depot for like, I think it was $7 for a foot. And just slice it in 6 inches piece. And 6. Wrong one, sir. Wrong one. And barbell on. Let's see, it even rolls a little less than on the metal. But that's good. You have a more stable bar. In the mornings, I'm going to do one set of good rack pulls. I will definitely use the Cobra grips for this. I don't need to work my grip, and I just want to make sure my back is stable and tight. And I'll need those plates. See how well I made this jack? It's the perfect width to be able to fit 2 plates on the floor. I mean, everything was planned from the ground up. Alright, got to remove those plates in the way here. One plate up. Hi Ralphie, how's it going? Where are you from? No, you want 365 on there. This is 225. And then this is 315. 165. Cool.
You need like text to speech or something.
What?
You need like text to speech or something.
Text to speech?
Yeah.
For what?
For people when they say hi.
Oh. I did say hi earlier. Or was it you?
No.
Doug? Was it hi, Ralphie? Where are you from?
Yeah, for you didn't necessarily notice the movie. Text to speech, you might have noticed the music.
Or I could have a nice ring alarm. Or a lunk alarm, like the gyms. Alright. Move this to storage. There's always room for improvement, my friend. I definitely can't pull this, which is my rip for 10 reps, so I will use the belt. And if I manage to do 10 reps of this, well, even if I don't manage it, I'm still going for a beer afterwards, so it's good. Beeping?
Yeah.
That was my break that ended, which means I need to start pulling.
Ah, okay. Because I heard that before and I'm like, what is that?
It's my workout alarm. Whenever I log my set, it starts a countdown for 3-minute rest. When the 3-minute rest is over, I need to start pulling.
It's like a man.
Well, right now I am, but soon all the slack will be pulled out of the bar. And I need to remove my glasses because it always feels like I'm hitting a freaking windshield with my eyes. So this is 365 pounds for 10 reps, and we'll see how well my makeshift rubber barbell saver will sustain the chaos and blunt force exercised upon them. All right. So that was 10, and I probably had at least 2 or 3 reps in reserve. It's hard to gauge with the cardiovascular fatigue rather than muscle fatigue. But now we are racking this and see how much damage those nice rubber sleeves have taken. So rack pulls 365 again. Ooh, 486. If I had 3 reps in reserve, that would have been PR. 2, that would still be a PR. 11. Yeah, so pretty decent. Those felt great. I love these. And we're going to skip rest and end the workout because it is over for me today. Sit around and chat a bit while I clean up the gym. So after that, so for all of the other people coming over at Seb's gym, I am going to give a tutorial on how to place the things back at their place after you're done. See? These are for the clamps. That's where they go. .45s go there. 45 goes on the rack. Don't unload a whole side before unloading the other one. Otherwise you'll get hit in the crotch. Hey? Well then, unload one side before the other. And for those that are beginning to work out, placing the weights back or moving the weights and always unloading and reloading is a perfect time to practice form on either deadlifts or squats. Just keep always thinking when you bend over, pick up some stuff, keep spinal extension. Always. Spinal extension. There you go. Pick up the weight. Bring it down. See? There you go. The back is safe now. Or I should say lumbar extension, sorry. So let's see the damage here. So, it's a little dented, it's a little crushed, but like it's compressed, it'll eventually dig into it, that's for sure. But I mean, you can use different places before it starts breaking apart completely. So I think it's well worth the investment rather than invest in a new $300 to $400 dollar barbell. And if you're crazy enough to do this on a $1,000 barbell, well then double up on these, I guess. I'm actually going to keep those on too for even bench press because I like bringing bench press to failure a lot. Well, not because I like it, but because I failed a lot. That's it, guys. We're done. Thanks for watching Google Date.
Tune in next time. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Same bad time, same bad channel next week, where we're probably gonna have some other guests come and train with us here. Maybe depends on their working schedule or some other friends. But until then, have a good week, and thanks for joining. See you next time.
Forget about the past, we destroyed it anyway. I got a lighter in my pocket, but got nothing to say. I'm far away and I'm missing you, but I know that I will see you again. As I remember yesterday, thinking about who I used to be. I can feel a change is coming, but feelings are my yesterday, thinking about who I used to be. I can feel a change is coming, but feelings are my enemy. Forget about the past, we destroyed it anyway. Forget about the past, we destroyed it anyway. I got a lighter in my pocket, but got nothing to say. I'm far away and I'm missing you, but I know that I will see you again. Forget about the past, there was nothing we could do. I left a letter in your pocket explaining it to you. Now I'm without you by my side, and sometimes I miss those crazy times. Forget about the past, we destroyed it anyway. Forget about the past, we destroyed it anyway. I got a lighter in my pocket, but got nothing to say. I'm far away and I'm missing you, but I know that I will see you again. As I remember yesterday, thinking about who I used to be. I can feel a change is coming, but feelings are my enemy. coming, but feelings are my enemy. Forget about the past, we destroyed it anyway. Forget about the past, we destroyed it anyway. I got a lighter in my pocket, but got nothing to say. I'm far away and I'm missing you, but I know that I will see you again. Forget about the past, there was nothing we could do. I left a letter in your pocket, explaining it to you. Now I'm without you by my side, and sometimes I miss those crazy times. Forget about the past, we destroyed it anyway. Forget about the past, we